find out.
Almost had it. Almost had it. It was almost good. Okay. There we go.
Okay, you ready to play Alcura, Sherry?
No.
No. Just straight up no.
Don't
Got
make
too
me
much.
do
We're
it.
playing Elden Ring.
Sith in me.
Oh my goodness. There we are. Oh god. Oh gosh, school. Here we go. Okay. Hello everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Star Wars Stories, Tales of the Hidden Path. We're really looking forward to playing with you guys this evening. This is going to be your voice for the rest of the night. I hope you're ready for a good time. I don't know. I don't know where that came from, so don't ask me.
Came from the airport.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Definitely. All right. We Disney Daddy. I don't know if I like that. No. Was that a Shaggy Mrs. Doubtfire because I like the combo? No. I hate it. I hate it here. That's a kidding. I is kidding. I love it here. All right. Oh, hi guys. You ready? You ready for this? Because it's time. The time is now. The time is now. Now is the time. We're going to play some fun and exciting games tonight. I'm trying to get out the pre-show jitters, so forgive me. I'm sorry. Buckle up. Exactly. Buckle up. Okay. We are jumping in. Here to my left, we have Sai.
I'm DM Shanks from Top Down Tabletop. That's all I got.
Beautiful. That's fine.
Yeah, hang out with us on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, the occasional Saturday, where we do all kinds of D&D and stuff, and enjoy watching Cyclar Dane, the human scout ace pilot, die tonight.
Ace pilot's kind of a little bit of a long shot. I do remember a couple of really bad piloting roles, so
Excuse you, but mechanically speaking, I have the ace pilot feature. So.
Right. And I'm the Queen of England.
Hey, if we go to England, you do have to be the Queen of England.
Yeah.
You are the DM.
Oh, this is fair. This is fair.
Go to England.
All right. So, ooh, there you go. You might be a good pilot, but can you be a blind pilot? I feel like there's an inside joke to that, Angel, but I don't. Well, I guess maybe if you lose your eyes. I don't know. All right. To your left, we have Alcura. Listen, there are crazy things happen. Crazy accents happen in this galaxy.
Oh my gosh. Hi, I'm Rachel, also known as Pip, and I'm over at Marquee Gaming. We play a weekly, I can't even think of the word right now, gothic horror game where magic is broken, and it's been really dramatic lately. Like, every episode has been like crazy dramatic. We hit 100 episodes a couple weeks ago, and it's been really exciting. So we are live at 7 CST on Sundays, if you want to hang out with us. And in this game, I play Okura, peppy homeschool Jedi who's trying to pretend to be trying to be a crime lord instead. So I think she can do it. I believe in her. She has a cute outfit on, so she can do anything with a cute outfit.
That's also fair. That's fair. Wait, Oh, I didn't even think about this. Okay. I'm excited. Okay, next up we have Lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sherry.
I went out of order.
I play on Mondays over at Top Down, and I play a warlock over there, so that's a lot of fun. Other than that, I don't play anywhere else other than here now too. Once a month, I play Lore. She is a Sentinel Gem Sarai. Who knows what that is? A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. Yeah.
Very good, very good. And next we have with us Akin.
Hello, yes. You can hear me doing that accent on Wednesdays here on this channel. I'm Martel. I also play Akin, who's this great class where basically I shout at my friends and they get really surprised and they make an extra attack. Sick, man. And that's pretty much all I got.
That's pretty good. TBH, that's pretty awesome. All right, We have loaded. We are rendering shaders. I think we are ready to go. I am Aaron. I am Aaron. I will be your game master for this evening, as we are not playing Dungeons and Dragons. Dragons? Oh man, I went real up north for a minute there.
Playing some
What does
Dungeons
that mean?
and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. All right. Acting in a cheerleading outfit. When? Whenever you draw it, Vix, I guess. You have a whole lot of
That'll be what he changes
like,
into after the car
You
wash.
have a whole lot. You know
Yeah.
what we need? What we need
I
is
didn't
we
have any other clothes.
You remember those little paper dolls? So we get like a paper doll of Akin, and you can put like armor on him, or a cheerleading outfit, or like his swim trunks when he's washing the ship, or Sai. You know, whichever one. Whichever comes first. When they're, or we also have the oh my gosh, what's it called? The overalls tied around the waist whenever they're moving the what was it, not the
Armoire.
the armoire. When they're moving
Oh,
the armoire,
yes.
moving boy Akin. That's the next one we got. All right. I think we're ready to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We have been looking forward to this for a while. We have done a little bit of pre-gaming. We have done a little bit of pre-gaming ourselves, as not in the fun drink time, but as in the typing up some interesting little stories. And we're going to get right into the middle of the action because we have a lot to do tonight. I think that's it. I don't really have anything else. So without further ado, what's your pre-gaming with Aaron? Anything tasty? One could say, you know what? Yes, one could say we do have a sponsor tonight. I was gonna wait till later, but you know what? I think that was a great time to introduce our sponsor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's happening. This is
Yes.
the future is now. Well, kind of. The future's now. Let's hear from our sponsor.
This battle is brought to you by Schlurp. Traveling through the galaxy with family, hiding from some rebel scum lurking in the shadows, troublesome family drama spanning over planets. Grab a big glug of Schlurp. Hydration, flavor, and an energy boost like no other to get you through those tough battles ahead. Now introducing the new Bantha Blue Raspberry Schlurp. Nothing cools down the suns of Tatooine like some Bantha Blue Raspberry Schlurp. Available in Big Schlurp, Schlurp Jr., and Micro Schlurp for a concentrated boost. Schlurp, get your Schlurp on.
Thank you so much for that wonderful advertisement. Yay!
Wow. Just
That was
wow.
amazing.
That was
That
so
was
beautiful.
fantastic.
Amazing.
All future shows of Tales of the Hidden Path will be, sponsored by Schlurp, as we got a nice little Schlurp deal. So, you can look forward to the rest of that. Thank you so much to our representative, Angel Johnson, from Schlurp headquarters themselves.
And do we get free Schlurps now? Because we
Yeah.
we're
Mhm.
being sponsored.
Yeah, like
right?
we're the,
Where are
we're the
they?
representatives,
You're-
right?
yeah,
we
so-
should
How
get
are
every
we getting
dollar
the dividends
I'm gonna
for
send
this?
you a
I don't
cup
take
like
the
this.
credits.
Cup
Yeah.
like this, and it's just gonna be Sharpied on it. It says Schlurp on the side.
Guys, you should really try this new Schlurp Red. Fantastic.
Oh my god. Anyway, we'll probably play that again on the break. We'll see. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Let's get into tonight's episode of Tales of the Hidden Path. And here we go. 4 of you ride the lift up.
You sound like the Emperor right now.
Do I?
4 of you.
Oh, 4 of you. Wait. I don't know where that was not the Emperor. That was garbage.
Floor 33.
Yeah.
Do it.
See, I'm not the only one with nerves. It's fine. 4 of you ride the elevator up in silence. You can hear as you guys are going up, the sound is going off in the background, you know, as the 4 of you are going up there. And if you would give everybody an idea of what it is that you are wearing right now. Alkura, what do you look like?
Yeah. So her hair is like up into this like super twisty like knot thing in the back, and then it's like really long ponytail down. I have a picture I'm gonna put in the Discord that I had drawn a while ago, and I was like, oh, I'll use this. And she's wearing this like this strapless like maroon dress, and a bunch of like silvery jewelry. And she liked wearing the heels last time, and fighting in them was kind of fun. So she wants to do it again. So she's wearing some pretty big like platforms.
Alrighty. Akin, what are you wearing this fine day?
Pretty much the same thing he's always wearing, just the Mandalorian armor.
Beautiful. Classic. No one can never have enough of a classic. Lore, what is it you are wearing today?
He is wearing some Lux armor that they were able to take.
Yeah. So also wearing, standing in the back next to Akin, another Mandalorian in the reds and blacks. And then we have Sai. Sai, what are you wearing today?
Yeah, well, Sai entered the lift in his usual attire: a green button-up, a vest, some big, huge, heavy blaster pistols on his thighs. However, once inside, he punches in a little code into his wrist computer, and a holograph appears over him. And suddenly he looks like a very fine-looking gentleman with his hair all done up, and some gold like eyeliner, and a very fancy long robe that would easily conceal all the weapons strapped to his body. He looks very elegant and fancy, all in greens and silvers.
That is beautiful. As you guys are traveling up, there's a little bit of air of nervousness as you guys are getting to your destination. You've talked about what it is you are going to do. Now it is just a matter of completing a follow through, if you will. You get to the upper floor of the penthouse. You've managed to use your credentials to get in with this very precarious situation. A pregame before the great event. You get to the door, and it opens up. Do I have? Got to have somewhere. Oh yeah, duh. We're here. The little door open. The door opens, and you find yourself in a bit of a thumping atmosphere. Where is my sound? I lost it. I thought I had it on. Oh, it's Future City. Duh, Aaron. It's the club on the inside.
Alkura, did we discuss what name you're giving them when we go in here?
Me?
Yeah.
I think she got stuck on Alkura because of kind of who we had talked to beforehand. But we're gonna try to keep it as vague as possible
Fair
and
enough.
improvise as we go if we need to.
As you get to this upper floor, out before you is the entirety of the penthouse watch area. The second to uppermost floor of this building that overlooks the arena. You see all the way around you are these windows, the large panel windows that allow you to see over into the arena. Right in front of that, where you would like look out to see the arena, there is like a small crescent-shaped seating area over to, as you're facing outside. I don't know why I turned that direction. As you were facing outside, over to the left, there is a large bed with pillows and silken blankets. This is where a hut would normally slither up to. In the very center of the room is a large circular table with a bunch of chairs and a holographic display here. And once you arrive, you see that there are. First, I would say go ahead and make a perception check for everybody.
Let's see.
I use my magic.
Nat
life.
20.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Oh,
This is the first nat 20 you've ever rolled in this game.
I know. That makes it a 25.
I'm so glad that you got it out of your system now.
Yeah, I know, right? on just looking around at
Looking
the party.
around the room.
Later when
I
it's
was
like,
like-
try not to bleed out, Nat 1.
Damn, I look good.
Beautiful. This Nat 20 is brought to you by Schlurp. All right, that's the new thing. Every
Nat 20 is brought to you by Schlurp Red.
All right, beautiful.
Try the new Slurp Red if you want more Nat 20s in your life.
You know what they say, better red than dead.
Okura, what did you roll?
Like a 11.
Beautiful. Akin.
9.
Beautiful. Lore.
Do we want to do the head thing, by the way?
Lore, what was yours?
It was 10.
10? Oh,
Yeah.
9. 9, 10, 11, 20. That's how numbers work. All
25,
right.
actually.
25, actually. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Oh, Angel, you do it. You do. You are the Slurp representative, so I trust you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. As you guys look around, Sai, you in your training immediately clock the 12 guards that are just at different points in the room. 6 of them are Mando clones, or what you would imagine would be Mando clones. Some of various sizes, some the size and shape of Akin, some a little beefier looking with this there's 2 of them that have the heavy Gatling guns, and they just have them slung over their shoulder, they're just they're carrying lumberjack style. They just have them over there as they're looking around. You see some more slender and smaller ones that are kind of sitting by the bar, just posted up, leaning and watching everybody. You see various alien servants that are in the process of handing out carts of drinks. There's a roving server droid that's kind of like maitre d', kind of just watching over the other servers, kind of giving directions and pointing out, oh, this go refill this person, go there refill this person. The room itself is filled, wouldn't say to capacity, but there is a decent amount of people around here. All of them dressed to the nines. There are scantily clad and overly clad, you could say, as far as degrees of clothing here. Some people are putting on a show of how much fabric can I wear without tripping over myself, and some are guess which part of me is actually fabric. So it's quite a visual feast as you look about this place. You do notice the immediate for everybody else, the immediate overstimulation of everything that you see is quickly mind-numbing because now you're just suddenly looking at this room filled with people, and obviously you don't recognize anyone. And the first like half dozen people that are talking amongst themselves here immediately like look over at you as you have arrived. Alkura, since you are currently the head honcho of your group and the others are following suit, what are you guys doing? Or what are you doing? As you now, there's like, so for a little further explanation, there's like the elevator as you get out, you kind of come up the ramp, up a little bit of a ramp, and that ramp kind of you now look out over it. I can give you a brief, well, I don't have any minis to put up there, but just that way you can actually see like a visual. Would you like to see a visual?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Let me bring out the
No.
map. No, I don't want to see anything.
I hate visual examples.
Gosh, they're just so obnoxious.
Theater of the mind, Aaron, not theater of the eyes.
Yeah. Obviously. Okay, so let's see. We'll say, hold on. I'm gonna use this. So you guys are basically here because this would be the ramp that comes up, right? This is the bar. There's a seating area. This is the circular table where there's like a big holographic display of a bunch of worlds that are kind of swirling around. There's a computer console over here. This is the large bed where a hut would lay. And then like this wall right here is like the window out towards the arena. Kind of make a little sense. And like there's just people, there's people all over in this space. It's not, like I said, it's not packed wall to wall, but it's definitely enough to where, you know, you're going to have to scoot through people to get anywhere.
How many people? Like if you kind of scan the room,
If
like
you
roughly?
scan the room, counting the workers and stuff, you're easily looking at probably about 100 people in this room.
Okay, so we can
And you
kind
said
of
there
rely on
was-
crowds. Sorry, that's all I was gonna say.
And you said there was 10 guards, am I right? And like 6 for Mandos?
12.
12 guards. Okay, and half Mandos, half like what, Crymora looking dudes?
They're just, yeah, there's just fancy, not even Crymora. These look like there's a couple of Pikes here. There's a couple of Crimson Sun. There is a couple of Black Sun, and there is some really heavily laden, thuggish looking individuals as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think to blend in first, I'd probably go get a drink with Sai.
Okay.
Just so we can hold something.
Yeah, well, Sai's gonna go ahead and hook his arm through Alkura's and be like, all right, darling, where are we going?
I need to get a drink first.
Of course.
Beautiful.
Wonder if they have Schlurp.
Of course. All right, so you go over to the bar. There is a human bartender with like a vest, like a really tight vest on a really muscled body. Like, and that's all. Well, that's not all he's wearing. He's wearing pants too. But like on the, it's just like it's that kind of bartender where it's just like a vest, and there's like the little bow tie that's just around his neck. There's like no shirt involved. It looks like it's one of those kind of situations. So he's just kind of like he's got a glass that he's kind of like rubbing the any stains out of, and he looks over at you and it's just like, I'm gonna get for you.
Hey, give me your favorite.
Oh, you want my favorite? He looks over at Sai. He kind of leans in a little bit, looks over at Sai. He's like, and what about you? You want my favorite also?
Second.
He just gulped.
Yeah, Sai just like, whiskey, please.
Girl like looks at him.
It's like he gives you like he gives you the once over and just like, all right, as you wish, is my command. He like turns around and immediately starts like pouring stuff into the. I'm going to murder all of you. You know this, right? You might as well go out with a good time.
The last thing I expected was immediately to be flustered by a hot bartender.
He's like, I'm ready for the mission. I'm ready for anything. I'm ready to die.
And now he's just
4
like,
minutes later, he's like,
help.
Oh, help! What do I say?
Just like the anime nosebleed starts happening. And he's just like, ah.
Oh God, I'm burning up in real life. This is killing me.
He turns his back to you guys and starts working on all your drinks. Akin and Lore, what are you guys doing?
I feel like we would probably be like close behind them, watching, maybe like scanning the room and trying not to laugh at Sai being flustered by the bartender.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say we should do the mind link, but it's probably good that we didn't.
Yep.
You all just get a mental image you can never forget.
Please no.
Akin's strangely jealous for whatever reason. He's like, I thought I was the armoire guy. Beautiful. All right, so yeah, you kind of post up behind him and you kind of do a scan of the room. You see that there is not to say that all the syndicates have like a uniform, but you can definitely see that the syndicates are kind of like sticking with each other, right? So the pikes are pretty obvious. They're unmistakable in their helmets, right? Like you obviously know who the pikes are, and they're kind of sticking together. There's a couple of individuals that are kind of mingling with some of the, there's a mixture of humans and aliens here. You see some Crimson Sun agents are around, protecting a woman, a female figure that has a hood, like over their head. They are talking to a what looks like the Black Sun representative, this greenish skinned individual. You see for a brief second Akin as she turns over her shoulder, and you see this like beautiful human woman, and she kind of looks over at you and Lore, and you can see looks over at Alkura and Sai, and there's just the slightest raise of an eyebrow before she like turns back to the guy that she's talking to.
Watch out for the hot one.
Do you say that to Lore? No. Or you're just saying that inside your head?
That's just inside my head.
Beautiful.
Sai's like, yeah, tell me about it. I mean, wait, which one?
Okay. The
hot ones. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just everywhere.
Now I wish we had the mind link going on because she would be laughing so hard.
Bartender turns back around and takes from the shaker, puts a glass down, and then just like pours it, and then like slides it over to Alkura, and then does another one from another bottle on its own, and just like pours it and throws it over towards Sai, but giving both of you a little bit of a wink. It's like, I don't seem to think I know who either of you are, and I would remember faces like these.
Aw, that's so cute.
Yo, my name's Darnik, by the way. What's yours?
Darnik? Hi, I'm Alkura.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Alkura. You, I'm assuming not a local girl. Nothing as fine as these two could come out of the garbage heaps of Nar Shaddaa.
Oh my gosh, you are such a smooth talker. Thank you.
It is my job.
Oh, true. Well, I hope they pay you really well. You're doing a great job.
It's got its benefits and a few perks.
True. So anything interesting happening here right now? I know we came a little late, but kind of on purpose, you know.
I would say it's just another boring event, but looking at what I got before me right now, I could say things are starting to spice up a little bit.
Oh, girl, like, Felicity, like, she was, like, bantering for a second, but now it keeps bantering, so she's like, oh, yeah. I, like, looked aside.
You two, entangled?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, of course. Can't you
Yeah.
tell? Obviously, she's the light of my life.
Yeah, I'm totally the light of his life.
He looks over at Okura and just goes, sure. Looks back at Sai going, shakes his head like he knows that you are lying. But he's not gonna call you out on it. So it's like, well, if you need anything, as I said, Darnik's my name, and I'd be more than happy to serve either of you. Anything you like. Enjoy the show.
I appreciate the drinks and the discretion.
He kind of winks at Siler and Siler. There it is. I had to do it at least once, and this time was definitely on accident. Just okay.
You are
At Sai.
improving.
I am getting better, mostly. So he kind of gives Sai a wink and then goes down to like the next guest, and you see that immediately he has that same level of schmooze to the next guest. Like, hands down, he is professional at what he does. You turn around now with a drink in your hand, and they are definitely not Shirley Temple's.
As soon as we clear the bar area, like get out of earshot, Sai's just like, well, that was a little bit awkward.
Yeah, you made it really awkward. What was wrong with you?
I'm
You're
not.
supposed to be Mr. Smooth.
No, I've never been smooth. I'm good at intimidating people. I'm good at shooting people. I'm good at, subterfuge.
Yeah, I guess you are the best when you're like threatening someone instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
okay,
sort of
that
thing
makes
I've
sense.
never really been good at. In fact, I don't know. I get flustered when people actually pay attention to me in that way.
Oh yeah, I mean he was coming on so strong. Even I people flirt with me a lot, but like
thick. Yeah.
that was like a lot. Like I didn't know how to. Okay, yeah, all right.
And
Well,
like,
let's
even with our arms entwined and everything, like he had no concern about overstepping boundaries,
yeah, well, it's his
which
job.
admittedly is kind of an interesting tactic, but and still.
You just hear like a cough from Lord behind you guys.
Right, we're on a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, focus.
On what?
Oh, actually, yeah. Hey, do you guys see anyone? I like it's kind of turn to the others. Anyone interesting?
We should probably go subtle with
Yeah.
our conversations. Want to set that up? The thing?
What?
The subtle way of communicating with each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Now
I'm
he
just,
wants.
I'm not,
Now that that's over, it's
I'm not used to you suggesting it. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. So I'll probably. I don't know. Can I just do it? It's not like a spell type of thing.
I don't think.
I
I was gonna say I don't think force. Yeah, I don't think force powers particularly have somatic or vocal components.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just kind of like close my eyes very briefly. Like I'm listening to the music, but I'm actually like casting the link with
All right.
everybody.
Suddenly, in each of your minds, there's like this little bit of a ping. It's not like in the literal sense of the sound. It's just like the feeling of like, you ever had that moment when you realize that the caffeine hit? And it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
It's just like on. This is kind of a similar thing where it's just in your head. You just suddenly feel, oh, there's a connection there, and it feels natural and not invasive, but also feels other. Like there's another presence in your mind, and all you have to do is reach out and touch it. Particularly for Akin inside, these are probably more unusual feelings than for Lore. You're kind of used to having that how to touch the Force in that sense, but for Akin inside, that being able to use that connection is still a little like, whoa.
You.
Ew.
Did
Beautiful.
you say ew?
Okay, so in old Game of Santos, whenever they were talking like telepathically, just remember, see if you can put your like finger to your head or something like that, just so that there is a visual cue of what you are saying.
Oh, okay,
out loud.
sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no finger on my head for ew.
That was just out loud. I love that.
Ew, that's really mean.
I stepped
just
in something.
Everybody looks down on the ground.
Was it your mouth?
Don't look down.
Also probably fair.
You just hear like a cackle from Lore.
Okay, you see, like I said, you do see that there are different little groups kind of just standing around, some of them intermingling with what you would assume would be local nobility, for as much as that can be said for here in Nar Shaddaa. But basically, these are the rich folk who like to rub shoulders with the powerful, so to speak. So this is their opportunity to kind of make deals, do any sort of trading or conspiring with the various syndicates that are actually physically present and in, for the most part, neutral territory.
Do I see, because you said the gangs all are like standing together, do I see like certain Crymora, like even families or something aside from like the other gangs, or?
I would say you probably recognize some of the Crymora like arm badges that they have on their, like, we'll say that for the Crymora they have a black, like it's like a black coat. It kind of sits to where it wouldn't necessarily button or close all the way, so it's just got this like bar that runs down, and they have like these red and gold shirts that sit underneath, so it just kind of looks like a coat or a vest that just kind of sits perfectly and just kind of like makes a uniform line all the way down. And on their on both sides right here, they have the Crymora symbol. So you do see some individuals, and they make a insight check for me.
Pretty good. 22.
22. You can see that there are currently about three, maybe four three individuals and one that's like not super paying attention, but three individuals that are listening to this one guy. He's got his hair like super gelled, but it's kind of like wavy in that almost flapper 1940s kind of like wavy jag, sort of thing, where
totally.
it kind of goes all the way back. He looks to be the guy. He looks like he is someone of importance, and these people are listening to him tell a story of whatever. Like, you can't really hear it from now, but your insight tells you that this guy is important. And several of there's like two Crymora like guards that have like they are visibly armed, we'll say. And they're just kind of standing behind him, and there's another younger human about maybe mid to early 30s that is standing on his side. This other guy's probably like early 40s, maybe mid 40s.
Okay.
But they're like standing, when he's standing like at his side, kind of gives you the vibe of like a second.
Okay. I'll like say in our little mind link, I'm pretty sure if you guys look over like 3 o'clock, think that guy's like really important for Crymora.
You know, they could be Clar or this Captain Ilios, do you?
Maybe. I mean, does it look like they're talking kind of loud? Like if we like happen to like be hanging out in the area, you think we could pick up on anything?
If you get close enough, you probably could overhear. He's not talking loud enough to like disturb everybody else around him, but he is telling a story that he's not whispering.
Yeah, okay. Because like if there's a place maybe near that where we can look like we're still just like mingling, but
Okay. Yeah,
trying over
we can do
here
that.
maybe.
Yeah, make a performance check. The you and Sai.
Where's the person who
Alright.
noticed us in relation to this?
They are standing closer to that crescent-shaped seating area where you can overlook the arena.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I got a 22.
22. All right, Sai.
I hope that balances out my 5.
Would you like advantage?
Yeah, okay.
Sai, you find yourself, for whatever
Wait.
reason.
Let me roll.
No, I know.
Okay.
Go ahead. What was the reroll?
12.
Beautiful.
It's better.
Okay.
Better.
You find yourself for whatever reason kind of overlooking your shoulder just a little bit. You stand in such a way that you kind of just look off to the side, back to the bar, over and over and over again. You don't know why you keep looking that direction, but you keep looking that direction, and every so often, peering from around the corner, Akin gets in front of you. Just completely, like, just as you were about to make eye contact, Akin steps in front. It's just like, you don't even need to see Akin's eyes to know how he is, like, just like, staring in your direction.
Yes. Thank you for watching our back, soldier.
Yes, sir.
Alcura, your date is not paying attention to you at all. This is
Yeah, it's rude.
if you could have possibly have cared any less at the moment, but you know what? It's fine. You're not even paying attention to the fact that he's not even paying attention to you. You get close enough to this group. Lore, do me a favor. Give me a perception check using your proficiency, as you kind of just are. I'm assuming you kind of have your senses open a little bit.
I think 25.
25? Beautiful. All right, can keep that in mind. All right, Alcura, you're getting closer, and you start to kind of try and eavesdrop as best as you can. And so that is when I said to him, I would rather try and eat a hut than try and make a deal with you. So, and the people that are gathered around him kind of just like kind of laugh. It's like, well, it has been a very great pleasure speaking with all of you. As I understand, our host is going to put on quite the show for today. And I hope that you all enjoy what we have brought to the table, as it were. Keep us in mind the next time you are out in the Outer Rim, eh? You can see the merchants are like, oh, yes, of course. We would very much love to do a business with you. Like scuttles off to the side. Make a perception check for me. We're going to use this as how well you listen.
All of us?
You, of course. I mean, side 2, as long as I'm assuming you're kind of now refocused on the task at hand.
Yes,
Or-
I am refocused. Though I was thinking that perhaps I might just try to slip a transmitter into this guy's pocket.
Oof. Brave. All right, Alcura, what did you get?
He does have advantage.
What was it, Alcura?
I
Sorry.
got 22 again. I keep
22?
rolling
Oh.
the same number. I swear I'm not cheating.
Okay, Taylor Swift, here we go. 22. Okay. You hear him turn, like, he turns to the guy at his side. He's like, ugh, remind me that if I ever hear from them, that we have them disposed of. He, like, takes a sip and he's like looks around. He's like, how long until the show starts? Mr. My lord, it's going to be at least another hour or two before the festivities begin. Okay, well, I guess I will go talk to Lady Kira then. It's the only last person here that is left with any sense. He like turns and like starts to walk towards the crescent shape area. Sai, if you're going to try and do it, this would be your moment as he's about to walk past you.
No shit. So that's another nat 20.
Nice.
My God! Yes, Sai!
So that makes it 25 for my sleight of hand.
For a sleight of hand? Hell yeah. All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna write this down. That is now the DC for anybody to find this,
Oh, nice.
which is going to be pretty hard to do.
Schlurping the red real hard. That's
Yeah,
where all the
it's
nat 20s
working.
are coming from. Schlurp Red is the official sponsor of nat 20s.
Apparently. Okay. All right. You describe to me where or how it is that you are placing this transmitter on him, as he is like him and this other lieutenant are going past you with their guards behind them. How is it that you maneuver this in such a way that you do that without like?
Well, I think what Sai will do is kind of. I feel like him and Alcor are kind of like in sort of a half dance, enjoying the music kind of thing, trying to blend in with the crowd. And then as they're passing by, I think he'll just kind of grab her suddenly and twirl her a little bit off to one side. And as he does that, one hand that's concealed by her body just slips the transmitter into his pocket.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. You continue to kind of talk there for a second. I'm assuming you're going to stay put for the time being, Alcura, as you see this Crymora guy and his lieutenant go over and talk to the Crimson Dawn representatives that are over by the front.
Yeah, I think for the moment she's mostly just trying to like get her bearings, and just see who's talking to who and maybe who would be a good person to eventually try and single out to like try and talk to them at some points. So.
Okay. Make an insight check for me as you're kind of like trying to read the room, I guess. Akin and Lore, what are you guys doing?
A just question, my liege.
I will say, Akin, as you are standing there, you kind of can't help but like as you're scanning the room, obviously, kind of just keeping an eye out. You remember the night before, or what? That doesn't seem like that long ago now, but the night before, your run-ins with these other Moors clan clones. Clan clones, yeah. Including the one of that younger version of yourself in the armory, in the safe house. You look at these individuals that are standing around the room. You can imagine who, just based on size, stature, same thing. Size, stance, I guess is the word I was looking for. Like, who these people are, who they would represent as far as your clan. You recognize that there's at least 2 Luxes here in this room. And seeing 2 of them, like, within the same space kind of just reinforces the oddness of this situation.
Eyes are crossed a little bit.
Yeah. There's one that's standing over by the ramp, kind of close to where you guys had come up from, or had been by the bar and is now over by the ramp. Definitely about the size of your daughter. Whether
Is there a way to?
Go ahead. Is there a way to?
I was going to say, is there a way to determine if these are ones I've met before?
That's what I was about to say. I was like, at the moment, kind of, it would be very difficult to determine whether these are the ones you had met yesterday or not. But you also, it's hard to imagine that they wouldn't be. But you've also seen plenty of more of these clones roaming the halls as you guys had got to that lift to take you to the penthouse. It could have been any of them.
Hey, Lore. Is there a way for you to find out if the clones in here are looking at us any more than they should be?
Good question.
You'll use that perception check from earlier of the kind of reaching out with the force, sensing intent as it would, as you could imagine. You haven't felt, I mean, obviously there are eyes on you every now and then as you get that feeling that you are being watched. But that is not a that is an impossibility not to happen considering the circumstances. Especially since, and you have noticed this, there is a fair amount of people that are looking at Akin and Sai. Alkura and Sai, because most of these people are familiar to some of these people. And this is definitely a new face and another new face. Even amongst, like, the high society here doesn't recognize them. The crime syndicates wouldn't recognize them probably as much anyway because they're only here temporarily. So the fact that high society is kind of like questioning, you see them kind of like lean over looking at Alkura and Sai and kind of whisper and just kind of like the little shrug. You can tell that they're like, do you know who that is? I don't know who that is. So the fact that that's happening has kind of started to tip off some of the others that these are unknowns. But not in a way that it's becoming like a look stranger. It's just it's starting to catch
curiosity.
a curiosity that's starting to become more so.
I'm glad I got that transmitter in early just in case. But
Yeah, she would let them know that information. That, there's eyes on them, but not necessarily on us.
okay, well, if we have to leave early, not a big deal. That big shot from the Crimora, I just slipped a transmitter in his pocket. We can listen to their conversations.
Yo, what did you do that?
I wish I could gasp in real life.
This is what I'm smooth at.
You see Alcora, her eyes kind of get a little big and they smile. Like that's about as close as she is trying to get. And there is still a
I
little
put my
bit
drink
of a
in
smirk.
front of my mouth, like so you can't see her, like.
Well, do we want to continue searching or?
Oh, I had the roll. Did you want me to do for insight? Too, Aaron?
Yes, please.
I got a 20.
20.
Nice.
Beautiful.
It's going a lot better than our prep went.
Listen, you were tired. It's fine.
Yeah, a long day.
This is a long day, a lot of activities. And you're trying to read the room. No, what?
No, I was about to make a joke because there was a lull, but
His eyes start wandering back over to the bar again. Alcora, you're looking for just like anybody that you can read that looks important, is what I'm guessing, right? It was kind of.
Yeah, or like someone that might know things, but also I could maybe talk to. Seemed maybe receptive or a weak spot potentially.
You have kind of started to kind of casually go over to one of the windows and you look down over this large ovalish semicircle. Is that a semicircle? I don't remember. Anyway, this arena. And looking down as the crowds, those who are trying to get in early have already begun to start to file into into the stands. You can see them like have, going and they're getting snacks. You can see vendors selling frogs on a string. Like there's like all of this stuff going on. You can see the large trays of Schlurp being like passed out to the masses. Your eyes kind of go over and catch. You kind of have been kind of tracking this Crymora guy. You see he was talking to a woman who's now pulled her hood down, wearing this beautiful silk like pantsuit, her hair tied up back behind her head. You see that whatever it is that this guy was telling her, she doesn't seem to be paying much attention. And in fact, you see her as she kind of just like takes a sip from her drink and says, "Excuse me," and like goes past up and around him, like casually kind of entering the crowd. And you see that she's making her way in your direction.
9 o'clock.
Interesting. What did the guy do when she was like, yeah, whatever?
He's just kind of like, he looks at the other guy like, just rolls his eyes and just like, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. He does seem a little surprised that she just dismissed him and like left, but such is the way of things. Okay. As you are going in...
You said she was human, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She walks over to Alkura inside. She kind of has her head cocked to the side. You'll pardon me for coming over and making a rash introduction of myself, but I can't help but notice that I don't think I know who you are.
Well, I don't think I know who you are either.
Really? I find that hard to believe. The pleasure is mine. You may call me Kira.
Hi, Kira. I'm Alkura.
Are you with anyone? Present company excluded, of course.
I was about to say, yeah, this is my date.
I meant, are you affiliated with anyone?
I am.
Oh.
Here's the thing, though. I don't really like to be super open about it.
You see, I saw you when you came in, and I told myself, now there is a mystery. One that I intended to get to the bottom of. What are you drinking?
Oh, I actually didn't ask. I asked the bartender what his favorite was.
She kind of smiles. Tell me, it wasn't from Darnik, was it?
It was definitely from him, yeah.
She just shakes her head and smiles. He wouldn't know taste if it slapped him in the face. But that's fine. He's one of those flirts.
Definitely.
I was going to say, this whiskey does taste a little watered down. Of course, I've had the best Corellian whiskey on Coruscant, so perhaps I was expecting too much for this little soiree.
Corellia? You're from Corellia?
No, Coruscant. We have it imported weekly.
I see. I was going to say, I didn't quite catch the typical twang of Corellia in your voice, so I would have been quite surprised. But knowing you're from Coruscant, I guess it does make a little more sense. Did you tell her your name? My brain already blanked out.
Me? No.
No. Alkura.
I said Alkura.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back over and get something from a bartender I actually trust. Alkura, would you like something?
Sure. Give me your favorite.
It sounds like a plan. Do you mind if I steal her away for a moment? What do you want your
I
guards?
do, actually.
One of the guards can come with us if you would like. Oh, don't worry. I'll keep her safe.
Alkura, is this something you want to do on your own?
I think I got it, but I'll definitely SOS you to come rescue me if it's really bad.
So they like exchange a look, and he's like, "All right,
Yeah.
just be careful with this one." Well,
Okay.
if you insist, Lady Alcura, I of course will subject to your will as always.
That's what I
Oh,
thought.
you
Thank
have
you.
trained him well.
I have.
She turns to there's a woman that's like has kind of walked up with her. Pano, keep this man occupied for me. Make sure he's having a good time. The other woman's just like, hi. Comes up to you, just the most deadpan, just like hi.
Hello, Hano, was it?
Pano.
Oh no. Well, I'm Fezwick. Nice to meet you.
That's a funny name.
It is, isn't it?
Do you like fights? She like looks out the window. That's the last thing Alcora hears as you like, walk away.
Sai hears
Why did I get
it in his head. Oof.
Yeah, why did I get the wet blanket?
You want to go with
Darnick!
Alcura?
Danik, over here. Danik, save me.
Darnick, I'm thirsty, darling.
Kira wraps her arm around Alcura and just kind of like escorts you over to the bar. Now, I normally would not mind a little bit of a guessing game, but sometimes I do hate surprises. Can you give me at least a clue as to who you might be with? I know you're not with the Pikes, obviously. And you don't strike me as Black Sun material. You're far too beautiful for that. Definitely not part of the Hut cartel. You have all of your appendages still. And you still look like you have intelligence in those eyes, so not part of the Huts. I know you're not with me. That would leave then Cremora?
Yep. You guessed it.
Well, in here I thought I knew everyone in attendance at this little soiree. Or have they
Yeah.
been? What palace have they been keeping this princess?
Oh, I'm all over the place. That's kind of the point of me.
Oh, I do appreciate someone who's able to travel and keeps a good head on her shoulders still. She gets over to the bar and gestures to another one of the other bartender, this other human man, not Danik. You see Danik looks over and is about to go over to you, and then sees Kira, and then immediately like just turns goes the other direction. Kira looks over at Alcura and just kind of smiles that like, see what I mean? You get this like goblet that floats over that just floats in the air. It's got a little bit of like a repulsor at the bottom. It's just got this tiny little disc of gold, and they set it down, and it gives almost this humming like trill of it, as it's like, you know when you like rub your finger on top of glass and it kind of does that like hum. It kind of does that just from hovering in the air, and you both get it, and it's like. She's like, cheers.
I take it and cheers. This looks way better.
Oh, only the best. She takes a little sip. So, Cremora, I'm assuming that, judging by the fact that Claude completely ignored you, he doesn't know who you are either.
Does Clar ring a bell for me? I don't remember.
He's in my notes. That's the head of the Cremora.
Current head of the Cremora, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I
Gotcha.
asked, do you think he's Clar or Captain Ilios? Those are like the number one and number two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Captain Ilios is the number two.
Second, yeah.
Oh, so that
Yeah.
guy with him.
So that
is
was
probably
both of
Captain
them.
Ilios. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Well, he's supposed to pretend he doesn't know me.
Well, she kind of smiles. Claw's never been one for good at keeping secrets. I'm surprised he's able to do so this time. Maybe there is something to that oath of an individual after all. She kind of
More cunning than you think, honestly.
leans back on the bar a little bit. So, do you have a specialty within the crime war? I'm assuming then if you go place to place, a little bit of intelligence in more ways than one.
By the way, Aaron, did we can tell who is who? Like, what did you say? What it looked like? What gang she looked like she was with, or
Crimson
Syndicate?
Dawn.
Crimson
You see the
Dawn?
Crimson
Okay.
Dawn, like, there's like a necklace that she wears. It's
Oh,
like the Crimson
cool.
Dawn necklace.
Okay, yeah.
What did she say
and
her
then
name was again? Sorry. Just for the
Kira.
notes.
Kira.
Kira.
Qira.
Looks a lot like Daenerys Targaryen.
For
I was just gonna say, is that who that is?
yeah,
Yeah.
mysteriously. So, are you you just curious? You're asking me a lot of questions. I haven't even been able to ask you any.
I am, for the most part, an open book.
Oh, cool. Where'd you get the invitation from here to get here?
The Crimson Dawn doesn't need an invitation to arrive, especially here, of all places. The Hutts are lucky enough to get our attention. I understand that there is some big to-do where most of the syndicates are gathered. It's probably best that I see for myself what it is that has brought all of them into one location.
True. Have you heard anything? Like what
Not
the
really.
big thing is?
Klar is making a big deal of telling no one anything, but he's definitely, we'll say, rubbing it in everyone's faces that he knows the secret. But apparently it's something that he's orchestrated, so I can't imagine it would be that interesting.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Do you know what it is?
Well, that's the thing, is I kind of came here because he didn't even tell me. So I'm a little peeved. So I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, he's keeping secrets from his own organization. Today is a day of wonders.
Yes! Well, and here's the thing. I don't check in with him that much. A couple other people I do. I've been out. I just don't have time to like go corner him right now. So I might later.
She takes a hand out and like places it on your cup hand and just kind of squeezes it. I wouldn't blame you for not trying to speak to him if it was at all possible, if you were at all able to avoid the situation.
Is she? Can I answer her?
Yeah.
12.
12. She you get the vibe that she is definitely, if she's after something, but she hasn't quite named what it is yet.
Gotcha.
There is intent to this.
Yeah. So, do you have something you want to ask me?
Her eyebrows kind of go up and just like the wow, very direct as well. I can appreciate
Yeah.
that. I like to make sure that I understand everything about the situations that I find myself in. And as I said, I did see a mystery when I saw you coming in. You weren't on the roster of invited guests. I would know. I've checked it all. However, the fact that you have arrived in with the Crimora and that Klar has ignored you thus far makes me believe that perhaps you are more valuable than he realizes. I just hate to see such exceptional potential wasted under. She looks over at him and he's like in the process of like totally like chatting it up with like these two waitresses, doing this like rubbing of his chest and like adjusting his pants a little bit, and you're just She kind of like. As I said, I feel that your talents are wasted when they could be used for someone who would truly appreciate you for what you're worth.
Are you trying to recruit me?
Is it working?
Little.
Well, I don't want to give away all my secrets just yet, but
Yeah.
think it over, and perhaps once whatever Baldemiro has planned is over with and we are bored out of our minds, come over and sit with me if you wish. I wouldn't mind some intelligent company.
Sounds good. You ever want to sweeten the pot for a offer? I'd love to know what is happening. If you can use
well
your
done.
own connections.
We'll definitely talk before the night's done.
Awesome.
Enjoy your brandy.
Thank you.
She walks over. Sai,
Yes.
do you like fighting?
I enjoy a good match every now and then. You?
Are you any good at it?
Well, I did have a sparring instructor back on Coruscant who said that I showed a lot of promise.
She looks
Of
over at
course, I
you.
was paying him a couple thousand credits a month, so
Yeah, they were
probably
lying.
would have told me anything. Oh. Well, that's disheartening. Do you hold your own pretty well in a fight?
You could say that.
Care to show me some moves sometime?
Not particularly.
Oh. Well, that is a shame.
I'm ready for the blood sports to begin.
Yes, me too. And Sai's gonna look out towards the arena, and what the hell, while I'm here, I may as well look around and see if I can scout any good positions from which I could set up as a sniper.
Excellent. Make a perception check for me. Akin, Lore, what are you guys doing?
I am trying not to laugh at Sai.
So I decided to use the inspiration that Dreamy gave me because I rolled a 5.
Beautiful.
And with the inspiration, I rolled a 5.
Oh, I was waiting for another nat 20.
So, nope.
The lead up was
Beautiful.
really hinting for that.
So that's a total of 10.
You can see that the stands just below the penthouse section are beginning to fill up as like people are like looking up in your direction. They're like trying. You get the feeling that, and you kind of notice this. Well, you went late at night, so these are the windows that you had peered into, and then they like shifted to become like non-transparent. You remember seeing this whenever you were like scouting out. This was that room that you had looked into, and as people were arriving, then they kind of like it obfuscated so that it like they basically put the shutters on so you couldn't see out. So you kind of wonder if at the moment if you can even be seen from outside, because it does definitely is as bright of a day as it is outside. It the windows have your inside tinted glass kind of feel, but just from looking at it, this whatever material that this is like thick. It is
Right.
like it is very well built. You figure they're not gonna put thin glass up here where these high honchos are sitting at.
Yeah, so they're not likely to leave here to watch or anything. They're going to watch from behind the protection.
Yeah.
So we might have to remain in this room if we're going to do what we came here to do. Which is only going to get more dangerous.
You see you look over, as you're like looking out the window, you look over and Pano is just staring at you like they had asked you a question, and now you realize that you were not listening and have no idea what they just said.
I can't wait for these fights to begin. I'm sorry, did you say something?
Never mind. You see the saddest look of dejection on her face as she just like turns away. And at that moment, I can go ahead. What we're gonna say,
Aaron, I might have been listening. What did she say?
make a perception check for me.
I mean, he's standing right behind me, right?
Yeah. But there's a reason I asked this. Hold on.
15.
15? I heard 50 at first. I was like, oh, 15. Yes.
I've
Still
been
good.
rolling my D100.
You heard her as she like looked at Sai, and Sai was like zoning out, looking outside. She very quietly was like, "Do you like to dance?"
She asked if you like to dance.
And she's like,
Hano,
she's like, look.
Before we
Yes.
part ways, perhaps we should share a dance together.
I would like that a lot. And then she turns around, and like Alkura is coming back up to you.
Oh, but my date is on her way over. Tell you what, if she steps away again, keep an eye out for me, and we'll definitely connect.
I can make her disappear.
No. She is very powerful, and people would come for you.
Bet. She turns away. Beautiful. I love it. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
Great.
Alkura comes back over to Sai. Alkura, as you pass, Pano kind of looks over at you and just kind of narrows her eyes and just keeps walking towards Kira.
I like smile at her brightly in confusion.
Yeah.
And, like,
She might try to kill you later. I'm so sorry.
huh? Why?
Apparently, she
There's-
really wants to dance with me.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Interesting. It's the gold eyeliner. It's gotta be.
You say that, you look over at the bar and you see the bartender just going like this, looking in your direction.
Perhaps I should wear gold eyeliner more often.
I think it should be your new thing. No, I'll say though, okay, so her name's Kira, and she was trying to recruit me, to go join up with her. She seems really well connected and super smart, so I was kind of, being like, oh yeah, let's totally talk. If you get me info on what's happening here, I'll definitely talk. So maybe we can find out some stuff from her.
I can only suspect that she's trying to undercut Valdemaro because she knows what Cryomora do to people who leave.
Good point. Yeah.
She wants to start a civil war, clear up some territory for herself. That's what I'd do.
Wow, I didn't even think about that at all. I just thought she, thought it was cool. But that's probably more. Yeah, that makes sense now that you're talking about it.
She's real good. Like I said, you got to be careful with that one.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, girl looks like she's processing Sai's theory, all over again.
Well, she's thinking that Sai takes a nervous glance over at Hano to see if he's in danger. What's Hano doing, Aaron?
Pano is over with Kira,
Pano.
and she's just she's talking, and she's looking down. Kira's listening and looking out the window. She's definitely reporting something. You see for a split second Kira go, and then just kind of continue nodding, listening to Pano.
Okay. All right. I think we might be okay.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
All right.
Okay. I have a question for you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for me to listen to this communicator and go unnoticed?
That depends. How good are you at hiding what you're doing?
I mean, pretty good. Yeah, pretty
Be
good.
careful, the gold eyeliner will reflect off the light when you move, and it'll make
Well,
No,
in
just
theory,
kidding.
I should be able to get it in my ear and then it'll be under the holographic disguise.
Oh,
But
true.
if I feel like it might stand out too much, I could maybe just hook it into one of the other two's helmets and let them listen in.
That is up to you.
Yeah, both are good
Okay.
ideas.
I think
We're
I'll
not
hook it
doing
into
that
one.
much.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Lore. Psychic link, Lore. I'm gonna plug in the communicator to your suit. It's in Baldemero's pocket there. So, any useful information, let us know. And he's just gonna walk around behind her and like plug it into her suit, and then kind of come around the other side and take Alcura's arm again, trying to make it all look like one smooth motion. And then be like, all right, well, where next?
Okay. You do that, Lore. Immediately you hear a little bit of the conversation that's going on.
All right, Ilios. Make sure that everything is ready for the grand finale. And then see what it is about that girl that Kira was talking to. What it is that, she seems so interested in. I don't recognize her, and I don't know why Kira would even give her a second look.
You can hear Ilios's response is just like, yes, sir, I'll go check. Or I'll ask around. The two of them kind of like separate. Ilios just kind of just goes in, navigates into the crowd. Not coming in your direction. He's just kind of like disappears for a little bit.
So we might have a situation. They're interested in Yokura.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense. Kira did mention no one knows who we are, so
Maybe we watch out for a little bit and then decide when to leave.
If the people we want to take out are going to be in this room, and this room is well protected, leaving is a last resort at this point, unless we want to plant some charges before we go, which they're already looking out for. Everything's really high risk right now, but Alkura, you're going to want to come up with a secondary cover story for if the Crymora start questioning you.
I might have one. It might be really stupid. Should I just go for it?
Maybe hold on for a smart one.
Okay, I'll keep thinking.
What was the stupid one?
Basically admit who I am, but be like, hey, I want my dad's position. Give it to me instead. It might be stupid. It might work.
They
I
might
don't
just
know.
throw you in the arena with him.
Yeah, I know. It really could backfire. That's why I said it might be stupid.
Laura, are you
Maybe
keeping
you're
up? Go ahead.
maybe you're a top tier assassin or criminal of some kind, and the Crimson Dawn's really interested in you, but you'd be willing to work for the Crymora instead.
Wait. Sorry, was he talking to Lore?
No.
He's talking to me.
No, he's talking to Alcura.
I'm so sorry. I was looking at chat because I thought you said Lore for some reason.
I said
so I thought you were
Lore,
saying
and
something.
then he was going to keep going, so I let him keep going.
Oh no! I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
That's all right. That's right. I said maybe you're like a high tier criminal or assassin or something, and the Crimson Dawn's looking to recruit you, but you're willing to work with the Crymora instead.
I can work with that.
Because your badge isn't going to work with them. I don't think he's going to know immediately that you're not who you claim to be.
True.
Lore, you've been watching Ilios. Ilios goes over towards where you guys came in, where the lift is, and you see him talk to a man that just has come up the rampway. Make a perception check for me.
16.
16. Beautiful. Something about him looks familiar, and you can't really figure out what it is. There's like something in the way you look when you're looking at him. You're like, you don't know why you feel like you know him, but you're not really 100% sure.
Okay. She may sort of circle closer towards him to try and figure that out.
Okay.
See if it comes to her eventually.
As you are walking around and getting closer, you see that he does look familiar, but it's not. You don't know him. Something he does is familiar. Something in the way he's talking to Ilios, an expression that he has on his face. Your head slowly turns back to your crew and then back to this individual. You've seen that expression. Alkura makes that same expression. And you look back over at this guy, and you look back over at Alkura, and there's something in the way, like, you see the Alkura, like, is thinking, and then she shakes her head, and just like, and then you look back over just in time to see whatever Ilios has just told him. He does literally the same thing with his eyebrows, like, shakes his head.
Oh my god.
Becky.
Akura. A family member?
Huh?
I think a family member of yours is here. Slowly turn and then turn away.
Yeah. Like,
No.
slowly
the
turn.
memory is like faint, but you're looking at Uncle Daska over there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, he does sort of. Okay, I see it now.
And in that moment, Daska looks over and makes eye contact with you.
Yeah.
And his eyes kind of widen, and then he kind of looks around, and Ilios has already turned and like gone the other way, and you see him look down, and it's just like, and looks up at Alkura.
Does he look like oh no, she shouldn't be here look, or does he look like a grr, it's her?
Insight check.
Okay. Oh no, I rolled really bad.
You're
Oh,
muted.
but huh? Oh, I'm muted?
I was just going to say, Alcor, did you just get made? It looked like you just got made.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, you weren't
I
muted.
was
Sai
muted.
Sai was
Yeah.
muted.
Oh, okay. So I got a 15.
15. He's like, who am I looking at right now? Like, it doesn't look malicious. It's more of the, oh fuck. And he like straightens his coat and makes a beeline in your direction.
Okay.
But
Ilios is like, what the fuck?
yeah, Ilios is going over to the bar at the moment. Clar is now currently trying to talk to two other waitresses, doing the same. Like, he is not paying attention at all. And Daska is like moving through the crowd, trying to be casual, but very much still like going toward your direction. And he gets about like 10 feet from you, and he's like under his breath, going, "What are you doing here?"
Is there anywhere nearby that we can go that is out of the way of the rest of the people at this party?
Nope.
Like, there's
This is an open area.
there's no bathrooms or anything? Like,
Nope.
there's no...
Bathrooms are not up here.
Animals.
Can Laura and I try to like get
Get in
into a
front?
position?
Oh,
that,
like a wall?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get into position, and he furrows his brows. It's like, get out of the way. You know who I am.
On in, sir.
What did you say?
Go on in, sir.
You move a little bit. He kind of looks at you, just like it like comes
Correct
up
me if
to
I'm
you.
wrong. The intent was that they make a wall to protect
Yes.
the conversation from
Right,
the outside.
exactly. Yeah.
But he let him in. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Well, because I was like, as he's just like, move. Just kind of like moves. Comes up to Alkura and is just like, what are you doing here?
Oh, hi. I've heard a lot about you. Nice to officially meet you.
He swallows. He's like, why are you here right now? I haven't seen you since you were. You've grown, but and good to see you too. What are you doing here?
Do you happen to know what is going on here? Why everyone is here? Because I think I know.
He's like got like a 1,000-yard stare all of a sudden, and then you hear an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, please see yourself to your seats. The event is about to begin. He goes, yeah, I know why they're here, but why? That doesn't answer.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be here right now.
Is Dad here?
No, of course he's not here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do you see him anywhere around here?
No, like, probably in there. And I like point like to the arena portion. At least that's what I think.
You see Clar is coming this way. He's like, they can't know that you're here. You better.
Oh, do they know my face or something? I've been
No,
blending
but
in.
if no, luckily I'm probably the only one who would recognize you. You look just like your mom.
Oh, thanks. Everyone says that.
You need to go to another part of the room now.
Okay. Come find me?
Sure. He goes and turns around, and he's like starts walking towards Clar, and you can see Clar's like looking over his shoulder, like he was gonna try and say something. Do you like?
Yeah,
try and-
I'll
'cause
follow
now,
his advice.
All
like,
of those, there's like part of the people are moving around. Some of them are heading back towards the lift because they're not allowed up here for the event, and then the other parts are, some of them are like moving towards that like crescent row. You can see the guards are kind of shuffling people back and forth, and trying to. There's now going to be less people, but you see that your uncle puts a hand up to Clar and like starts talking to him about something. Sai, Alkura, you kind of just move into the crowd to kind of try and lose yourself amongst the rest of Lore and Akin, right?
Sorry, say that again.
I'm assuming that you guys are kind of trying to lose yourself in the crowd, just to like break line of sight.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lore, because you can still hear what is being said.
Did you find out who that was? Yeah, it's somebody that Kira hired for some entertainment or something, I think. She's really pretty. Do you know if she's seen anybody? Definitely not like that loser guy, right? I didn't ask. I mean, I could find out if you wanted to, but you better find your seat. I'm assuming that you want to go sit with Kira before that spot fills up. Oh, yeah, you're right. I probably should. You're not too bad, you know that, Tadaska? I'm glad that we didn't kill you. Yeah, me too.
And the two of them turn around and go back towards that crescent shape. You can see and hear now the roar of the crowd on the outside as things are about to get underway. And that is where we're going to go on break. Oh my God, Becky.
What pregame?
This did not go anywhere near the direction I thought it was going in, and
Right?
like, wow, I don't know, man. My heart is racing because I know if they start this fight and like Tor and like Elkor's parents come out of some ship or something to be killed, there's no way he's not putting his guns to the back of this guy's head. And then what?
Yeah, if I was chaotic.
Like I said, Sai might just die tonight.
No. All right. So, we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break and we'll return with the beginning of whatever is about to go down. Woohoo!
Aaron's like, that's crazy. They're all 20s. Man, I guess I crit you 5 times.
Crazy,
Aw, man.
That's so weird how that happens. Oh my gosh. All right, beautiful. We are ready to dive into some more of this stuff. Okay. We are. I did see that we. What was it that he put? What does Akura think about her uncle? Specifically, does she think her uncle is involved with her father being in the arena? If so, how? Do you want to answer that now before we get started again? Like
Yeah,
above table?
I can answer.
Yeah.
So Alkura knew a little bit about her uncle because her dad would talk to her about him because they both were like running the crime syndicate together before Asidus dipped eventually with his wife and they started a new life. So I know like Alkura knows that Asidus like regretted kind of leaving his brother in that situation, and that they were close back in the day. So that paired with him going, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? Like he wouldn't know, makes her think that he doesn't know that Asidus might be here. That's what she thinks currently.
All right, here we go. Y'all ready? You guys start moving around as people start filing out of this place. You realize that there's still a decent amount of people that are left behind. These are the guards that weren't obvious. You see some standing behind Kira. You see some standing over with the pikes. There's like 2 to 4 per syndicate that have stayed behind, and these look like they are the assassin type. These are the ones that blend into the crowd until there is nobody left. Now all of the heads are here, and nobody else is left. In that space that I showed you guys, where are you wanting to post up? Do you want to Alkura inside? Do you guys want to sit in that crescent? There's space enough for all of the heads here. I'm assuming you're not gonna want to sit there, or are you gonna sit there?
Yeah.
No,
I definitely don't want to sit there. If Alkura does, I could maybe stand behind or not take up the seats of the important people.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be too close, especially if like, you know, her uncle was like, yeah, don't be near them. I would probably try and put some space.
You look over there as you kind of like see where everybody is sitting and like posting up, etc. Pano sits next to Kira. There's another empty seat next to her. Clara tries to sit with her, and she goes, no, it's reserved.
Oh, yeah, she reserved it for me. Dang it.
If you want. You don't have to.
Oh, right. Because, yeah, he's not there anymore, so, yeah.
Clara is now, it's like, oh, okay. And he goes to another, like, the row in front of her, because there's, like, 2 rows. She's kind of on this slightly higher row, and then Clara is now just okay. So he goes over and sits in the front row next to the pike guy.
I'll say. Okay.
Sorry, so he's now sitting in the row in front of Kira,
Correct.
and not too far away from her, kind of thing.
There's probably like 5 seats between them, like enough to where like if he looked over his shoulder, he could like look over there, but not super close.
So any way we can arrange this so I'm sitting directly behind him?
Not at the moment. But you can get behind that row because there's like standing room. That's where like a lot of the guards are kind of posted. What were you gonna say, Alkura?
Oh, I was just gonna be like, she seems like maybe she's wanting to double cross Grandmore if like I could sit with her. Potentially.
Maybe you should. If we need backup in this firefight, then
Yeah.
I'll take any guns we can get.
Quick allies. Yep. Okay, sounds good. So I'll go sit with her.
All right. She like looks over as you come sit down. She goes, I'm so glad you decided to come sit with me.
Thanks for saving me a seat.
Of course, dear. I wouldn't have it any other way. She crosses. She's like, you ready for whatever spectacle Claire's got prepared?
Yeah. Let's just figure out what's going on finally. The mystery revealed.
you say that as Daska goes in front of you and just like is like looking at you sitting next to Kira, and it's just like, oh, he like goes and
So stressed.
he goes and sits next to Klar. Sai, you're gonna go stand kind of as close as you can behind.
Okay, is the other seat next to Alkura open then?
It's the end of the row.
She's at the end of the row?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, I'll just stand behind and yeah, because I want to at the very least have line of sight on this guy if I need it.
Okay. Lore, Akin, where are you guys stationing yourselves?
Where does it look like all the bodyguards, like, are they
They're
close
spread.
enough?
They're spread out
Spread
across the
out?
bar. Yeah, they're kind of all over. There's some by the bar. There's some by the table. There are kind of some posted up by like the corners of the building. By there's like columns of like between. It's not like all glass all the way around. There's like little walled columns where there's like an art piece that's hanging on each column or something.
Is there any like good vantage points to be able to see like the entire room?
As long as you aren't standing or sitting in the crescent area. The crescent area you kind of have to step down into. If you're standing on the main floor, you're kind of already at a higher vantage point then.
Okay. It's difficult. I don't know. Where do you think we should be acting?
I mean, I guess as close to them as we can be without being suspicious.
Suspicious? Sounds good to me.
If you want, we could try and blend in with the other clones.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll post you. I'll put you guys in location here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll go ahead and get started with the main event. Oh, hail! All right, get my whole thing out. Where is? There we go. You hear the trumpets going. And
Can you use this?
we'll find out.
If everyone keeps their mouth shut, it'll be fine.
Yeah, no one say anything.
A giant holographic screen displays across the arena, and you see this two-headed alien appear.
That's right, we are truly lucky to have such clear weather for our event today. Oh, grandiolos, grakusahat, amo intoda, parina.
As they introduce, you hear behind you the door open, and the all in attendance raise and stand up as Gracchus the Hutt and his entourage come up in the little like hover bed that like brings him over, and you can hear the crowd going ballistic as they cheer and shout. Not necessarily entirely at gunpoint, but still, they're like very obviously having to, celebrate in his honor being here. There is these tiny little hover droids that are coming over, and they're like displaying Gracchus over all of the various projectors across the arena. The announcer continues, and then you see the droids start moving over to the crescent-shaped area.
We welcome our representatives from across the Outer Rim. Goda, Palo, Tuta, Pike Syndicate. Next to him, we have Shenron Daba of the Black Sun. Kira, Lorda, Tuta, Crimson Sun.
As the droid comes over in front of Kira, you can see for a brief moment Alkura's face like next to her as you kind of lean over, and Kira does a little bit of a bow, and like each individual, the droid comes over, they like bow or like wave a salute, etc., etc. And then the droid comes back over to the front.
And our sponsor, Klar Baldemiro and Ilios Mozin of the Cremora family.
Well, we had everybody like cheers, and they're like,
As for tradition, the first combatants shall enter the arena and face their doom.
out on the main floor as you guys look down. You see a lift. The doors open in the arena, and now the people begin to rise. There are four. Yeah, basically. Well, you also like, as much as like there's that big glass that's in front of you, right? There is also kind of like floating above, projected like other little droids that are down in the arena itself, giving you close-ups of the gladiatorial events that are happening. Shall I activate map cam?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that I turn on map cam for everybody else. The doors. Oh, make sure that this is.
Take your time. My heart's not about to explode.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. There we go.
Thank God.
Can you see? The gladiators have entered the arena.
Oh, Lord.
There you see the crowd currently standing.
Dude, that's
Oh, that's so cool.
it's so cool.
That's awesome.
And
God.
as you guys are currently sitting up here, overlooking the arena. I'm gonna put this right here. Don't mind the bare leg of my shorts. Oh my gosh, wrong button. There we go. All right, so as you guys are currently seated up there, I'm gonna move this shuttle off the top, and we just lost a bunch of citizens. Oh no!
Oh no!
This is what happens
They
when
gotta
you
fight now.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get too close to the arena edge, and then you just fall over. Wah! Okay, so we're gonna remove this on the top.
But that shuttle is still there, right?
Yeah, that's the shuttle that you had seen the night before that sits at the top of the penthouse.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's part of things I'm thinking about.
Yeah. So we'll have you two here, and we'll have you two like up here. I don't really have that many more. I used literally all of my paper minis to fill the stands, so whatever. Okay. But you guys are up here behind that glass. You see they introduce the four gladiators, and they like do their little brandishing moves as they bring out vibro swords and electro pikes. From this side over here, which I realize now you can't see super well, but you see that this other side, the door opens and another platform raises, and these wolf-like creatures come out and begin to like prowl outwards, and the gladiators move out into the crowd. Okay, as they get into position and the fighting begins to happen here, you see that more creatures start coming out. These large like rock monsters as well. Kira leans over to Alkura, and she kind of just sits back in the chair and like watches the two sides like clash. the dog creatures like vomit this like stomach acid out at them, and you can see it like as it like splashes onto rocks, and you can see the rocks start to like eat away as the gladiators roll out of the direction and like start to engage and try and fight these creatures. Okay. Kira's audibly snoring. She does look pretty bored with what she has seen. She has seen this 1,000 times before, and it's, you know, whatever. She leans over to Alkura. I'm trying to get back to where I was at. Leans over to Alkura, and it's just like, so, how long have you been working for the Cremora family?
Years.
Really?
Yeah. And you did. My voice will be lowered,
Mhm.
I say, you did. I don't know, you must have recognized my dissatisfaction.
A little bit. Although I don't blame you, honestly. Who would want to work for Baldemiro? It's amazing that this man somehow slithered his way to the top of the Cremora family.
It's true. So, what's your goal then?
Mine? I'm just a simple woman trying to make her way in the galaxy.
Is hiring any person that doesn't like their job along the way?
I am not above trying to find good help. And it's easy to find good help when they find themselves being underappreciated by their employers.
It's true.
And the
How
fact...
much?
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I insist.
How much are they like a thorn in your side?
Baldemiro or Cremora?
How about both?
You are clever. Cremora's not much of a problem. Most of us tend to try and work together as best as we can when it suits our interests. Claw, however, is making these grand moves, and I don't quite appreciate him trying to push the rest of us out.
Makes sense.
You see one of the gladiators gets torn in half by the two dogs as they like capture and corner him and just like pop him in half and then start immediately disintegrating him in the stomach acid.
Yeah, we don't recognize these guys, right? Or
No.
yeah, okay, just making sure. I was about to say,
You just missed
One of
your
them kind of looks like you. The other one's a human dude.
Would
She
be
goes,
a
"Oof." She just
shame
goes,
if something would be a shame if something were to happen this evening and Clar overstepped his bounds and got taken out suddenly. A more agreeable leadership took place.
that's a way better way to say it than I'm floundering here. Thank you.
Were you gonna say
What
that?
would you think if the power balance shifted a little today?
Power balance shifted. If I didn't know any better, Alkura, I would say that you had come here with ulterior motives.
Let's just say that whole crew up there, and I like kind of vaguely point, to the main Cremora guys, not my uncle though. They did something that I would like to stop very soon.
Make a persuasion check. One of the Luxes walks over to Lore. just very casually starts to walk in your direction.
You don't want to seem suspicious. Run away at full speed.
Oh my gosh.
You're muted, Martel.
Sorry, I said if you can, start screaming.
You hear them like roar as it like. You can hear the crunch of the bones as it like starts to eat the guy.
Yeah, Okarda's not looking. She was, like,
You like as much as you obviously can hear the crowd kind of a lot of the sound is being fed to you from the projector droids that are inside. Like they give you the sound and the visuals as if you were sitting right there on the arena floor. Anyway, go on. What were you gonna say? What did you get?
Oh, for persuasion?
Yeah.
I got a 27.
27. Very nice. She looks over and just like, She smiles. The smile is very approving. Yes, Angel. You see that there are now only 2 gladiators left, and the rock monsters are like trying to, in the process of like smashing as the dogs are kind of eating right at the moment, and they're just like these giant rock things just like poof, and the guy rolls over out of the way as the carnage continues down here. Well, I guess then, if you are wanting to make some new friends, consider myself interested. I would love to see what you have in mind. But know that I choose my allies very carefully.
I think you'll find in this situation, I'm pretty motivated.
That is very good to hear. Motivation counts for a lot, especially if it comes from oneself. That's what makes us unstoppable.
Pretty good advice.
She kind of nods. You see Pano kind of lean forward and glare at you, and then just like leans back.
I like smile at her again in confusion. Like every time she glares, like why?
What is going on?
When this is happening, can Laura sort of like turn to Akin, look like he's talking for a little bit, and then sort of like switch positions to get away from the other stuff?
The other Lux comes over. Go ahead.
Is it possible for me to like motion to her like don't engage? She's pissed to the one that's coming over.
Make a communication nonverbal. I don't know.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Persuasion nonverbal.
Sick.
She's my wife. Nonverbal persuasion.
Yeah.
She has the exact DNA of my wife.
Oh my
See.
gosh.
Okay. So I rolled a 12. That's a 19.
Nice. You see the Lux that was pursuing this other not Lux stops, and instead she comes over to you instead. She kind of looks you up and down.
You look different.
Do I?
A little bit. I saw you came in here with that girl.
Yeah.
Bosses want to know who she is.
Boss has found out.
She stays staring at you for a while. Make another persuasion check. Or just well, no, you were out because it wasn't deception. So
Yeah, someone found
Yeah,
out.
that's true. That's what eavesdropping's for, baby.
This time I rolled a 19, so 26.
dang.
Roger that.
She turns away and goes back towards one of the other windows and looks down as another gladiator gets smashed under a rock, and you watch his innards just go like a popped melon. Okay. All right. So as that is happening, Sai, your communicator goes off.
All right, I'm gonna just take it and put it in my ear. I mean, it's
All right, you do that and you just put it into your ear. The voice comes through. I sent a data pad, your data pad, a link with the targets. See it done, or we'll have to find other means. And then it shuts off.
wow.
That sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah.
You look at do you pull out your data pad?
No, not here. Does it look like I can look at it without anyone else seeing it where I'm standing?
You kind of look.
Is there like a
behind you.
privacy screen?
Do we have one of those like private pods where you make phone calls?
You see that over in the corner, you could probably hide behind the hut, but that would be kind of suspicious. But there's
Hide behind the hut.
there is a one of the Akin clones that is walking past. Like you hear the booted feet kind of going past you, and you wait till they are like a little distance away, and you know that nobody's directly behind you. You can take a look.
All right, yeah, he's gonna kind of shelter it as best he can and take a quick look.
Take a quick look. You scroll through the dossier that is being sent to you. Clar Baldemiro, Captain Ilios, Lady Kira,
Oh no.
Godak Palo, the pike guy, Shenrun Daba, the Black Sun head, Gracchus the Hut. There, there are two Imperial ISB agents that you have not seen, but you have their names now: Rod Helost and Naraban. Apparently, they're here. They're here somewhere, and then you immediately go like, "Wait, the ISB is here," and you like start looking around, but you see that one is a man and a woman, and neither one of them you have seen so far yet. You kind of even do a little bit of another like double take to see who you may have missed them from earlier. Maybe they were in here in the room when you missed it. Like you're not sure, but the name is the names you have, and now the faces you recognize. And then like you go and there's more, and you were realizing that some of them are some of the hired guns that are here. And then at the very end you see Daska Morrison on that list.
Okay.
Almost basically everybody in this room.
Everyone here.
Yeah.
Okay. I might want to copy that list, but the reality is there's no way that's happening.
Yeah.
And in fact, I don't think he has any way of doing it either. That's why he wants me to throw my life away doing it.
You see, make a perception check.
Will a 12 do it?
Yeah, that's enough. You see on the you see on the outside of the arena, there's a flock of birds that are flying overhead, and they hit an energy shield, and it kind of ripples over the arena, and you realize that this arena is currently shielded from the outside.
Yeah, I suspected as much. Whereabouts is this shield? Like, is it like
It
I
encompasses
don't-
the arena as a whole.
like the entire building, like the perimeter of the building, kind of thing?
Mhm.
Like, um,
And at some point,
okay.
it must have turned on, and like nobody noticed it. But
Yeah,
also kind of makes sense. And
I'm
kind of
not
gives,
surprised, and
Yeah.
it's really what I expected. Okay. Something weird just happened with my sound.
No, it switched to like a beach for whatever reason. So it's like,
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
no, you're all man. I really
Sai
wish
trying
I
to
was.
calm himself down by like picturing the ocean.
Okay, I'm on a beach. I'm on a beach.
I'm on a
I
beach, I'm
don't
on a
have to
beach.
assassinate every high-profile criminal in the galaxy. No, I don't think they have the ability to do anything about this. Still, I got a bad feeling about this. All right, I'm gonna put my data pad away and act as if nothing has changed for now.
Okay. Another.
sorry.
Another guy.
I do actually. I want to
squashed.
update my team since I can telepathically.
Yeah.
How long does that psychic link last, by the way?
About an hour.
I think it's an hour. Yeah.
Are we still
So,
within that hour?
It depends on how long it's been.
We're approaching probably about the end of it, but we're
Okay.
But you're still
And
good.
since I have the opportunity, I'm just gonna be like, well, I finally got that list, and just about everyone in this room is on it, and some ISB agents that I don't see.
Which means that the Empire's here.
I mean, that makes sense with my mom.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But don't worry about that for now. Obviously, that's not happening. Let's find the people we came here to find. Worry about the rest later.
Okay.
Another, you see another guy. The dogs are now like joined the hunt. One of the rock monsters has been bashed to pieces, and a large shambling creature that looks like it's made of vines and tentacles like comes out, just like like something from the swamp monster that just like came over, and it starts engaging with the final guy as he is now like killed off one of the other dogs as well, and now it's just a dog, a rock monster, and this shambling thing, and this one guy is just like wounded. You can see a gash on his arm from where one of the dogs had bit, and like some of the acid is eaten away at his flesh, but he is still kicking. Kira has been quiet for a while now as you've been watching this thing happen.
I would say too, Alkura like is not looking at the battle. Like she looks more like she's trying to compose herself, but I would say she might be a little more tense as it's really gory. She's imagining what's gonna happen in a few minutes, you know.
Yeah, for sure. She kind of looks over at you. So, Alkura, if you were, let's say, interested in moving up in the world, would you want to stay in intelligence work, or would you be more interested in more of a leadership capacity? Hypothetically, of course.
Oh, either way, honestly, I'm pretty good at talking to people. I can get things done. I just want to make sure I stay independent and keep the people I need to safe.
right as you say that, it's just like another
Yeah.
like crunch, and the
Yeah,
last,
she like winces a little bit, like not
see-
super much, but she's trying to continue.
Yeah. Kira looks over at you and then looks at the guy that just got like squashed by the last remaining. Like you see the tentacles of the beast wrap around an arm, and it's ripped it from his body, and that was that squash. And you're just like, ugh. She goes, I'm not going to lie, Okura. What you're wanting to do, you will have to. There will be bloodshed. And sometimes it's best if we don't look away.
It's
Do you think you can handle that? If the situation were presented in front of you?
just don't want anyone that doesn't deserve it to get hurt. You know?
And how do you determine that?
Guess I'm still figuring it out. I definitely know there are a few people that don't deserve it.
Well, there you have it, folks. The last of the gladiators has fallen to their doom as expected. Now we move on to a special presentation brought to you by the illustrious Crymora and Clar Baldomiro.
The crowd cheers. Droids come and remove the body pieces. Whatever is left. They herd the creatures back into this this pit. There is a tension palpable. Clar turns around to everybody. As you know, and he's like stands with a drink in hand. As you're undoubtedly aware, traitors aren't taken very kindly in any of our organizations. He looks directly at Alcura and then moves on, not recognizing anything. But it's just that exact, like, looking at you. He looks over at Kira, looks over at the hut. I have prepared something special for all of you. What were to happen if you found yourself face to face with a traitor in your organization, someone from one of the highest ranks? Obviously, you would see that they would be dealt with, correct? I have presented you the opportunity to see how we in the Crymora deal with such traitors. But I have sweetened the deal. See, traitors are scum. They deserve to be wiped from the galaxy. The galaxy needs loyalty. Don't you all agree? I have provided you with a deserter of an organization that some would have imagined would have no such things, but their order has fallen now. And so I present to you a traitor of the Crymora Syndicate and a deserter of the Jedi Order. The little platform rises. And Alcura, you see your mom and dad in the middle of the arena floor.
Yeah, she just like stops breathing. Like there was that thing of like, maybe we were wrong like the whole time. No, the guess was right.
As you see them with nothing but what looks like a rusty club in one hand of your father's and a barely sharp looking machete in the hand of your mother. The door is opened on this side as a monstrous rancor comes out of the other side. And it lets out a fearsome roar as it starts to move and lumber forward. Kira sits forward. Well, he certainly got my attention. Alcura, what do you do?
Two questions.
Two questions.
Is this isn't open, right? Is there a glass that separates it?
Yeah.
We said, and it's like it's hard. It would be hard to like
It's like a
throw
blast
things
shield, I'm
at-
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a blast shield.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. Nothing that your lightsaber
Yeah.
couldn't cut through.
Eventually,
Good.
right? We don't know.
That is so tempting.
I'm up. Yeah.
Another door opens in the arena floor, and a rickety-looking shuttle is brought up to the surface. It is not the shuttle you were looking for. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm
I
just
was
gonna
just
use.
about to say I'm about to move,
I'm
but-
going to use this as like as a placeholder, but there is now, you see this bait of a shuttle on one side, a Rancor, and the two of them. Now, I figured it would make it a little interesting if, they had some
Yeah.
semblance of an ability to escape. With your permission, of course, Grakas. And the hut goes, you see the two on the floor kind of like getting ready as the Rancor approaches within like melee reach. And the two separate and go in opposite directions. One, your dad runs into the ruins this way, and your mom runs into the ruins going this way. Now making the Rancor have to like choose which direction it goes, and it goes to the closest, which would be towards your dad, and is like trying to like go towards that area. What are you guys doing?
Okay. Just so I understand, what he's claiming is that they have a chance to get away if they get to the shuttle. Like that's what he's.
Yeah.
I don't buy that shuttle's actually going to work, but at the same time, we have like 1 second to make a decision. So
Yeah.
here's my proposal that I'm going to send telepathically to the group. Okay. We can drop those bombs in here right now, get down there, kill the Rancor, and attempt to fly away, or we're going to have to shoot our way through this room. We need to decide now.
Better than my ideas.
What does he mean? Out of character, what does he mean by drop the bombs now?
Those 2 deadly detonators that you and Akin
Oh.
have, you could just drop them in the room and we could run the hell out of here.
Yeah.
It would kill everyone on the list. I know we don't necessarily agree with that. They're all bad
Yeah.
people, though. And it's risky,
Yeah.
but
We have
it's
to not
either
bring
that or we
suspicion
start a
doing
firefight in this room and then we shoot our way all the way to the arena.
that. Yeah.
So take your pick.
What is Daska doing as like, if I
He's
give him a quick glance during this whole thing?
he's going like this.
Does he seem like he's surprised? No?
Mm-mm. He's very purposefully leaning away from looking in your direction.
He's complacent. Like he's absolutely complicit in this act. Like there's no way that I don't like this at all. I don't like it at all. But I'm so mad right now. I said we
Oh
blow
my
this freaking room to hell.
Alkura will say in everyone's heads, I can get us down in that arena. Lightsaber can cut through it quick. I'm not leaving them.
Yeah, one way or another, we're going down there. But are we shooting our way through, or are we gonna blow this room to hell first?
I mean, can we place bombs, cut it open, jump down there?
Yeah, like
Would that
if
be
you
quick
cut
enough?
through the window, we can jump and chuck the bombs back inside, right?
Just have to make sure we don't get shot before then.
We'd have to move pretty freaking quick.
Alkura says, Kira could be our ally. We have, I don't know.
But she's also a criminal. She's on the list, and we have like 1 second to choose her.
The Rancor just smashed the ruins. Your dad rolls out of the way and like throws a rock at the Rancor's eye, and like, and it hits it in the eye. It's like, and then reaches for him, like just like smashing its hand down repeatedly. He's like dodging to the left, dodging to the right.
Mm-hmm. We gotta go.
Are you guys looking at me, or is it?
I mean, I'm asking the group because the last time I blew something up, everyone got mad.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm also
Kira's,
looking at Akin too, because
Kira's not
has all his clones.
leaning forward and just like watching. Like everybody there is rapt, paying attention to what is happening right there, because they're like, ooh.
They're not gonna last long. We gotta choose.
I say we just go. I don't know about the bombs. I don't know about killing a bunch of people. I don't know.
If we don't, they're all hunting us.
That's just my opinion.
I say we drop them.
Akin, what are you doing?
Akin is gonna look at the clones, and he can't do it. Oh God.
Ones who want to don't have the bombs, and the one who don't have the bombs.
Yeah. Oh man.
Are we gonna go for bombs, or do I have to shoot them?
Akura, your hand goes towards the decor that is like keeping your hair up, the lightsaber that is disguised as an ornament in the back of your head.
Yeah. I'm like waiting for something. I'm waiting for Akin's final move, and then whatever he says is, I'm probably gonna go.
Yours is stuffed under one of the plates in your armor.
One of them or both of them?
Both. Oh yeah, I forgot you had that too. Yeah.
She would be like adjusting.
Yeah, just okay. Getting ready.
Yeah. Just don't ignite it when it's there.
Yeah.
Can I try and get the clones to like look this way, maybe run that way? Say he heard something.
That's up to you. How would you like to do it? The Rancor smashes a column that nearly crushes your dad as he like jumps, like dives face first into the sand, rolls, and like is met by your mother coming from the other side as she like takes the machete and chunks it. It flies with precision right into the Rancor's mouth, and it like takes 3 steps back and is like trying to like get this thing out from its mouth, and like the two of them start running towards the ship.
So he's gonna go to the Lux that talks to him and say, "There's been a security breach. Get back there. We'll protect the family," and then start running towards the box.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna use Defiance to add a D4 to whatever this is.
Heck yeah.
Okay. 16 plus 7 is 23.
23. You see them like they immediately get alert and grab for guns. 2 of them go towards the entrance. The other 2 are like they're like looking around, scanning for a threat. But the one Lux and the other smaller one that look like your daughter are running towards the door. There's still one other Lux that's like in the middle, the one that you just talked to, and then there's one that's probably another Akin, and then there's the two heavy gunner guys, and they've gotten their guns ready, and they're like looking around waiting for a threat. But you see that they are looking not so much for a threat, but they're looking to the head to Klar to like see any sort of confirmation. Alcora, what are you doing?
Okay. So I will, if I can do kind of quickly talk and within a couple seconds of each other, I will, but my link is almost dropped anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. So I'll say in the link, I'm going in 5 seconds. You guys do whatever. I just have to get to them. So that way it kind of gives you guys the freedom to, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I will drop the connection. Do more force points to connect with my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go, Uncle Daska, I know what you did. Get out now.
His shoulders go like this as soon as he's...
Get out now. Get out right now. It's going to get bad.
He like looks. He like does a slow start to turn in your direction, but he's the only one that's looking at you. Everybody is looking as now the Rancor is like, like going after them as they're like running across the length of the arena trying to get to the ship. Akura, what are you doing?
Okay, so then I stand up and I go,
Kira looks up at you. Yes?
It's gonna get bad, so get ready. And I just run. I like run over to the blast shield and I pull out my lightsaber from my hair and I just stab it into the blast shield and start like making a circle.
Do you have the staff, right, or is it the double bladed also? I forget.
Double.
The double? Okay. So you have two sabers also, right? Or is it double?
No,
like,
I have
as of, like,
my
the
double.
Staff? It's the staff.
Oh, yeah.
The staff. Okay. So yes,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I was like doing this correctly.
I don't know the cool terminology.
double saber is one in each hand. The staff saber is the one that's got the staff. Your it comes on, and then you like cut it in, and then like dig it into the thing, and then start to like burn as quick as possible to like cut through this thing. Make a strength roll, and I'm going to give you advantage because your adrenaline's pumping out through your ears right now.
That makes sense. Athletics or strength?
Whichever one is higher.
Okay. 20.
20. All right, beautiful. You are like halfway through this circle, and you hear everybody like, what? Like there's chaos erupts quickly. Sai, what are you doing?
I'm drawing my blasters, and I am going to open fire on Klar.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Can't wait any longer. Things are getting ugly.
Make your attack roll.
All right. I'm also going to make my Ranger's Quarry, and that's going to be a 24 to hit on the first one. Not great. So 12 energy on the first shot.
Okay.
And then a 23 to hit. With 17 energy on the second.
Okay.
And then a third shot. Sorry, I got 3. Shot, extra attack, offhand shot.
Yeah.
That's another 23 to hit. Or another 9 energy damage.
Okay, beautiful.
So yeah, just...
Beautiful.
You cut through the glass, and now... Akin, well, while you're this is all happening simultaneously. Akin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and get to Alcora as quick as he can so he can get through that hole and jump into the arena.
Beautiful.
Jetpacks on.
Yeah. You take off in that direction. Lore, what are you doing?
Laura is doing similar, but she is going to sort of stand bodyguard to Elkura as she's cutting it, so no one tries to shoot her.
Okay.
So her lightsaber would
Nice.
be out and ready to deflect if needed.
Which immediately the other clones start to fire, and you like start swinging your blade to like keep her from getting hit. Sai, you hit Klar, and he like falls to the ground. Immediately, Captain Ilios comes up, and you see him bring up like a personal shield to kind of protect him as he like goes back to check on. Chaos is going crazy. Chaos is going crazy. Everything's going crazy. Kira dives over off to the side. Pano like leaps on top of her to like cover her as Alkura, you carve this thing. Alkura, you finish cutting through this, and with all of your might, shove with the force. And this like chunk of blast glass that's like almost like a foot thick just goes poof, like a cork off of a wine bottle and falls into the crowd on the other side with a smash.
Sorry.
You look at the edge real quick and see that probably about like 30 feet below you is a cloth awning that you can like leap onto.
Yeah.
You jump.
Yep.
You jump. Akin is right there looking like he's about to jump, and you hear Sai, you're going also? Are you following or?
No, I got people to shoot.
Okay, so you're staying behind. All right. The shield goes up. The shield is up, and you hear Ilios yell as Akin goes out. Go ahead.
Can I commanding strike give Sai one more shot?
Sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
Laura, you're jumping out with Alkura.
Yep.
All right. That's going to be 24 to hit on Captain Ilios.
Captain Ilios. All right. There is a
Yeah, go ahead.
no. I was there. You do hit shield. Like the shield is currently protecting him and Klar.
A 24 doesn't hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it would probably be like shield. Like as
Yeah,
well.
I probably did
Like bumps up their AC.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't expect an AC of 24, and that's the end of that reaction.
Okay. Because this is like a large bubble shield. It's not like a small personal one. The blaster just goes. You were very close to getting it, but yeah, you didn't hit it this time. Okay. Alkura, you jump, land on the awning.
Wait, can I use my human defiance and add a D4?
Yes, he can.
That adds a 4. That
Okay.
makes it
Well, you
20.
needed 25.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta roll a D8 for you.
For what?
Added damage.
Oh, sweet. I'm also adding damage because I'm going to attempt to disarm him of that shield.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna be able to succeed because it's attached to his arm, so it's not gonna fall off. It's not something he's holding.
All right. Well. Okay, so.
But you can still add the extra damage. Will definitely come in handy.
Is 21 plus the 8 from him is 27 plus the 5 is 32 energy damage.
Beautiful. All right. It
34.
ricochets off the.
Sorry?
It's 34, I think.
It ricochets off of the shield, hits the blast.
Sometimes you just say higher numbers.
the wind. It hits the window and like ricochets back behind. It like basically almost like trick shots and hits him, and he falls to a knee, and he goes, "Clones, drop!" And all of the clones immediately collapse like strings cut from puppets, all except for Lore and Akin. As Akin, you hear this and you like dive out the window. He was trying to stop who he thought the clones were
Oh.
And he just made all the clones in the room drop just by commanding them.
Interesting.
Who said that? Ilios?
Ilios, as he like fall into a knee. And then you hear like the next thing he'll yell out is just like, protect Klar. But as you are jumping out, Alkura, you hit the surface of the tent. Laura, are you jumping out as well? Well, as soon as the both of you hit that thing, it gives way poof, and tears, and you fall into a table laden with fruit. Around you are 4 individuals, and you like, ow, get up. Alkura, you see your friend.
Those guys.
Andrew. And he's like,
Hey!
whoa, hey, where'd you come from? You see next to him is another very, like, a little guy that's probably like a foot or so shorter than him, and just going, hi. And next to him is this like beefy guy that looks like probably, could be like a grandfather almost. Like, he doesn't look like the other 2 younger guys. He's just going, you're gonna have to pay for that. And the other guy is like sitting back. He's got like a big beard and just like his long bushy hair that kind of drags out everywhere. He's like, yeah, we were kind of enjoying that food. But I'm assuming you don't say much as you like run down into the stands below.
Yeah, I'll just be like, sorry.
You keep going. Overhead, Akin with the jetpack. Your parents have made it almost to the shuttle as the Rancor is like coming up behind them. You guys are up here. Oh, I grabbed the wrong menu. Where's the other? There we go. So you guys, we'll just say that you are, excuse me, coming through, excuse me. And getting there. Akin is over here. Sai, what are you doing? Beautiful.
Clones drop.
So you're back to me?
Yes, what are you doing?
I'm going to keep shooting at Ilios here.
Okay. Shields down. Go ahead and keep blasting. What is your escape strategy? Because now the other guards are about to start shooting you.
I'm moving towards the opening, but I'm still shooting.
Okay. You have this next round, and you're going to have about 13 people shooting blasters at you. Okay.
Shanks is trying to load the dice. He bet on himself to die earlier.
I told you I had a feeling. It does a 17 hit.
17. No, it does not.
Okay, I'll use my advantage on that one. Then that's a 24.
You're shooting Ilios, right?
Yes.
Okay. 24 still doesn't beat the shield.
Didn't you just say his shield's down?
No, I said wait. You ricocheted past it. The shield's still.
I thought you said it was down too.
You just said it was down at the beginning of my turn.
Yes.
Yeah, I also heard that. Maybe
Okay.
you didn't mean to say
I didn't mean that
don't-
not like that, but because you shot around it, because the shield doesn't turn off.
You said it before I was shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Then we'll go with that. It is down.
I'm just confused. Is all.
That's okay.
all
No,
I'm
you're
saying.
good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
All right, then that's going to be another 18 energy damage.
Okay.
And third shot is definitely a miss. So yeah, okay. I'm in like the opening Alkura made now and still just blasting away at this guy.
Okay.
I'm really trying to take out the leadership of the Crymor at the very least.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. There are now 13 guns that are going to be blasting your direction. So either you jump out the window or you're about to be turned into a pincushion.
I'm about to be turned into a pincushion.
Beautiful. The first attack is a 14.
Miss.
Second attack is 10. Lucky.
Miss.
Another 9. 20.
I'm gonna cast Energy Shield.
Okay.
So it's a miss.
Another 20.
Miss.
26.
Hit.
17.
Okay.
Oh, you are really, really lucky. 8.
Miss.
28.
Hit.
23.
Miss.
23.
You didn't give me damage on that.
I have
hit, though.
because I was counting how many were hitting first before I rolled all the
Fair
damage
enough.
dice. So
Okay.
so far we have 2 that hit, right? Or is it 3?
Yeah.
two.
Two that hit, you've given me damage for 1.
I haven't given you damage yet.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he
thought
was
you
just
said
rolling all
17
the.
was-
I was
Yeah.
just,
Oh.
I was just
Yeah.
rolling
Oh, I see.
all
Sorry,
of. Now I knew.
gave myself 17 damage.
No. 17 was the. All right, now so those 2, 4. Okay. Let's take this and we're adding this. $28 points of energy damage from the
Okay.
things that hit you.
Okay.
And all right. You're staying where you're at?
Well, yeah, that's why they shot me, because I
No.
was staying.
No, yeah. I meant like no, you're not doing anything else, right? There's no reactions or anything.
No,
You're
I
just
used my
doing the
reaction
shield-
to cast
the
shield. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's just a lot going on. At the
I
moment.
get it.
All right, you will say in the next move you have about a 40-foot drop from the edge of because I'm assuming running as fast as you can, you get to the edges of the stadium seating. You're gonna jump down.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Definitely.
Acrobatics checks from Lore and Alkura.
Would using a wall run work? Because it's sort of running on the wall in a way.
Sure, if you can do that.
I will double check. Just 1 second.
Gotta go dark side mode first.
Yeah, so it's like a climbing speed equal to walking. Blah blah blah. So I'd she'd probably fall for like 10 feet. For the
Okay.
rest 30, she would.
Okay, that's fine.
And she has advantage on dexterity, acrobatics, and athletics.
Okay.
And then I think she's like so like in a clamor to get to them. I only rolled an 11, so I don't know if that if I take some damage or whatever.
Okay.
She just
it's more of like you not hitting the ground smoothly, just kind of like rolling, fumbling, and then getting up and then like taking off again.
the heels make it hard. I was kind of dumb for wearing those.
That's fair.
Every time.
Oh, girl, stop wearing the heels.
Where do you keep getting them? They're ruined every time.
Do both of you use dash? I'm assuming-
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and she would even be kind of yelling like, "Mom, Dad! I'm here to help! I'm here to help!"
The two of you there. Akin, you are now on the arena floor because you have jetpack.
Yeah, I do.
You see that your parents have gone up into the open ramp. What are you doing, Akin?
I'm gonna throw this giant bomb at the Rancor.
Smart.
Beautiful.
Do we know?
Yes.
Are we far enough away that it's not going to hit us too?
What's the range on it?
I'm probably closer than you are.
Yeah.
Sai, what is the range on it?
Oh, I don't have that memorized.
Oh,
God.
It's a
Was it-
deadly
what-
detonator.
Deadly
in the,
detonator.
It's on Star Wars 5e.
It's W5E. You know what? I think I did add it to the character sheet. Let me see.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We've also
Um,
seen it twice, so like we know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to say it's general fireball range is what I want to
Yeah.
say that I seem to recall.
Plus,
Okay.
I mean, if you're sorry, when you're talking about range, are you talking about like of the explosive or
Yeah,
of
radius. He's blast
Yeah.
radius.
Okay,
blast
yeah,
radius.
The
Yeah,
range
no,
is
I
how
know
far you can throw.
Right.
yeah, right. I was gonna say because I'm pretty strong.
Yeah,
I think it's. Oh God, I really should have looked this up first. It's
Either way, like we know the radius because we've used
Yeah.
them. You can throw it past the creature so that it's in the
Right.
blast and you aren't, right?
yeah, and it looks like it's like 25.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
You throw this like, whew, and he's like, tick, 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 and then it
Roll your
goes.
8 million dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sai, what are you doing? You see Ilios is like now down on the ground. You're not sure if he's dead or if he's just really badly hurt, but he is down on the ground. There are 4 Crymora guards, not clones, that are now like dragging Clar Baldemiro like up out of the way. The hut and his guards are now like shoveling backwards towards the back corner of the room where that the computer console was.
Okay.
what
I
do you
am
do?
about to jump, but given that they're both like unconscious, or at least laying still on the floor, is it safe to say I can put one more shot in each of them before I jump?
You will have disadvantage with Clar. You can get a clear shot with Ilios because Clar is currently being carried by 4 of his guards, and so like you have to try and shoot through them to hit him.
All right, I'll take that chance.
Beautiful.
58.
58 points of damage. Beautiful.
Of which? Because there's fire and there's kinetic.
I did not roll them separately. Hold on. I mean, it's probably half and half, right? So, well, okay. So if it's half and half, then
It probably doesn't matter. I don't think
probably
Rancors.
doesn't. Aaron, tell me if it matters.
That's fine. It's just a Rancor.
Just a rancor.
It's just a Rancor.
Does a 12 hit Clar?
No, it does not. You hit one of the guards instead.
Die!
Does a 17 hit lying still Ilios?
No, because I don't know. It's one of those range versus like someone on the ground things. But you know what? Fuck it. We'll say sure. Yes, it does.
All right. Well, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So that's another 13 damage in him, and I'm going to bonus action cast Jump Jet, and I am going to jump from this window to the ship.
Okay. How far is the range on the jump jet?
60 feet.
All right. You're about like that'll get you halfway there.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, it's
From
more
where
than
you're
60
at,
feet
it's well.
horizontal?
This is not a full scale like. You are further away than this. I just didn't have space to build the entire arena. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I was using the idea that both of the Jedi are using their dash movement as well as regular movement to get them in the 2 rounds that direction. Akin, what were you gonna say?
So it turns out what I rolled was just the kinetic damage, so add another 26 fire damage.
Oh, beautiful.
That's why I was asking. It seemed a little low.
Yeah, yeah. All right, big explosion. There is only one arm now on this Rancor,
Yay!
as it is running on fire towards the ship and like swiping its paws at it. We'll say that with the jump jets, you can get to the bottom row of the arena.
All right, I'll jump down to there, and like he'll hit the ground, roll, and just start running across the 30 feet of movement he has towards the ship.
Okay, so running
Watching
like
the
through
random
excuse me,
NPCs.
yeah. NPCs are just like ah!
Yeah, they're all watching this, and suddenly a guy's just dashing across in front of them.
Beautiful. Alkura, you run up into the ship.
Definitely. Yeah, she's like calling after them, like, Mom, Dad!
All right, Laura, you go up into the ship.
She is. How far away is the Rancor, though?
It is on top. It is now at the ship and is like trying to like. It's on the front of the ship trying to like beat at this thing.
Would it be like at a distance where if like she did like a saber throw, that would make sense to sort of? I think that's like within 60 feet. Yeah, so she's going to do improved saber throw to hit it. That is a 19 plus 8, 27? That's right. Yeah, 27 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Okay.
I hope so. Jesus.
Yes, that hits.
I'm just looking for my T8s. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No,
Too many dice.
we're all
in one
stressed
spot.
here, Cheryl.
Yeah, part another one. Okay, one second. Shit. That
I'm gonna
is
do like a pint of martini after this.
A pint martini is wild.
so 12 damage, and it gains 1 level of slowed.
Okay, that's fine. It's. I mean, it going to yell in pain as it like drops to one knee. Do you also chase Alkura into the ship?
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then any next attack that is against it gets another additional 1d10
Okay.
damage.
Beautiful. The ship starts to take off just as your feet land on the bottom of the rampway, and you're running up into the ship right now. As the ship is starting to go like, as it's starting to lift off. Akin, what are you doing?
Who's piloting right now?
Probably someone from the Empire, if I had to guess.
I see.
Yeah,
I didn't
where?
even think of that.
So I guess I'm gonna be flying towards the open door of the
Yeah,
ship.
it's in the process of closing. You could probably make it. Just give me
Okay.
an athletics check for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Can I also throw a hooked vibroblade and a heavy blaster in the direction of Alcora's parents and yell, "Make yourselves useful"?
All right, cool. The crowd is going crazy, by the way. They are loving this show. Whatever is happening, they are here for it.
The athletics check is where did I go? Here I am. Oh yeah, 21.
21. All right, you also managed to slide into the ship. You like grab one of the struts as you like slide in, and the door starts to shut. As it's like moving up in the direction over Sai. You can make one more jump to land on the ship.
Yeah, I'm actually, rather than risking a jump, I'm going to fire my wrist grapple inside the ship and just reel it in.
Okay, reel yourself in.
Yes, that's what I meant. I meant like reel the grapple in, pulling me into the ship.
Yeah. I gotcha. Hold on. Let me switch this up real quick. Oh, I was like, I hear beach again. Like, why do I keep hearing the freaking beach? It's supposed to be on loop, but you know what? Here we are.
I think that means you're having a stroke.
It's something, that's for sure. Hold, please hold. No, this is awful. Oh, wait, no, I have this one. This is always fun. You launch your wrist rocket onto the ship and it latches on. And as the ship rises, the holographic display on the outside shifts. And the ship changes shape into the Wayfinder. And as soon as your eyes see this,
Wait, sorry, into my ship?
No, sorry, not your ship.
Oh,
The
okay.
That's why I was asking.
The OG
into-
ship. Yeah,
I
the
was so
Tor's ship. Tor's ship.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was like,
Yes.
wait, how did they get mine?
into Tor's ship, and your eyes widen, and just as they widen,
I guess we're dead,
the
Laura.
shit just explodes in front of you, and Sai, you go free falling into the arena down below. And that is where we're ending for tonight.
So we disappeared into the ship, and then you're like blacking out the narration for now. Okay, sounds good. So we don't even know what we see when we got in the
Nope.
ship. Okay, like before we blew up.
Correct.
So we all just blew up.
No, you're on the outside. You were on the grapple, and you just got
Okay.
slammed back down
But
to the arena. And there's
It's exactly what I said was going to happen.
This-
Shanks is going to be the only one who lives.
But
the
did
ship.
everyone else blow up? Like, what just happened?
The ship is now a flying fireball that's descending into the penthouse suite. And we'll have to see what happens the next time.
When's the next time?
I guess we'll have to find out. Hopefully soon.
Guys, I was betting on me dying, not everyone else. What the hell are y'all doing? Who am I playing with next time, Aaron?
Someone's got to play Alcura's parents, so that's 2 new characters.
Aaron, people need to sleep.
Did they not get on the ship?
They got on the ship too.
They got on
yeah.
the ship too.
No.
Did they?
Yeah, they got on the ship too. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna need Vix back to play Nimi, so her and me can go look for Tor and all of them who are dead.
We might not be dead. Possibly.
Possibly.
Oh boy.
I still have a reroll, but I don't know what it will do.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you re-roll all of us off the ship?
Set back time. 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to start off here.
Sponsorship with
See you all in 2026. Oh my goodness.
Why leave us? Okay, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to sleep, Aaron.
You're off tomorrow. What are you worried about?
Going. Like, let's go.
Yeah,
I have other responsibilities.
What am I gonna do? Oh my gosh.
Aaron,
Yeah.
you just ruined my vacation. I'm going on vacation tomorrow.
And now you won't
Vacation
be able to
next
relax
week.
the whole time.
Yeah. No,
I
we're
think
good.
the only fair thing is if we play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm free.
Unfortunately, Dontello is making an appearance at another event, so I won't be here. Now I gotta
Oh,
come up
that's
with
why.
emotional
He's
sports
replacing
for
all
the next.
three of you with Duntillo. That's
That's what it is. Yeah, one NPC for all 3. Oh my gosh. When I was plotting this out today, and I came to this particular point, and I was like,
Why just kill them all?
I just like,
What if I
this
just
is-
did it?
This is gonna be so fun. Is this how we introduce me into the game? Not the red wedding. The red wedding was more inviting. Amazing. I love this game. But yeah, so much fun. Well, that was great, guys. So glad.
That was fun.
And the gift that I that's in the Discord totally stands. Unconvinced.
What?
Yeah. I was
I
at
said
table.
that K2SO gif earlier today, though.
Oh.
Yeah, that was really good. That is true. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us tonight for another exciting and very well-rounded episode of Tales of the Hidden Path. I'm gonna go send some Tums to all of my players, and we will see you on this next round to see what exactly went down on the inside of the ship moments before it exploded. Maybe they survived. Maybe they didn't. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Maybe Sai is gonna have to, find a new crew, or maybe not.
I should have
Cry,
stayed in the
I think.
penthouse and got pin cushioned.
Yeah.
No, but can
Then
you
we
imagine?
could all be dead.
Can you imagine you staying up there and you look back and this ship is just like
Yes.
flying towards you? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, we will see you next time. See you on Tuesday for some games. See you Wednesday for some vampire. See you Thursday for Italian not even Renaissance because it's 1806, but Italian Riviera, countryside, whatever. And then, we'll let you know as soon as we know when the next Star Wars game is going to be, which I'm sure will be relatively soon enough. But until next time, be brave, stay fey, and that's no moon, that's a mango, which also happens to be the safe word. So, yay, bye.